Mega Man! Ah, now this is my jam. A cool little anime kid wearing a robot suit and blasting away other robots with his mechanical dog? How could any sane person not love this? It made for a really entertaining video game series. Sometimes. So hey, why not try to make an animated series? Apart from the fact that 9 times out of 10, video game cartoons are barely watchable. But still, can Mega Man be the one to break that stigma? I mean, it must be good considering there are 3 different Mega Man anime series. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So grab yourself a full E-Tank and get comfortable as we check out all of Mega Man's anime. The first series we're gonna check out is Mega Man NT Warrior, otherwise known in Japan as Rockman.exe. Oh god, when do Mega Man's eyes start to bleed bright red? NT Warrior was based off of the Mega Man Battle Network series and ran from 2001 to 2006. Episode 1 starts off with a really thorough and quick plot synopsis of the entire show. So I'm just gonna let that play. Lazy waffle mode, engage!
My friends and I have these powerful handhelds called PETs. They're called NetNavis, and my NetNavi is Mega Man.
Thank you. So that's pretty much the plot. The world takes place in the year 2000X, which is vague enough to not have us ask any questions, and the entire world, as well as every piece of technology, is connected via the
internet, cyberspace.
We kick off with some awesome action. Gutsman makes an appearance and is fighting off some super generic looking Mega Man OC, otherwise known as a NetNavi.
Cybersword Battle Chip in! Download!
He easily disposes of him, and we cut to the real world, where it turns out all of this was essentially just a video game fight. This young boy who was controlling Generic Man is our main protagonist, Lan. Clearly a play off of the LAN network. He's pretty upset that his character sucks, and I don't blame him. He eventually meets up with his friend, Mail, the girl character, and her NetNavi is Roll. So the show pretty much runs on a Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh-esque formula, in which we'll follow these kids going on adventures and dealing with human issues. Meanwhile, when it comes to the fighting and action, they'll summon their NetNavis to battle. There's also cards that can activate power-ups and special moves. It's a really fun concept. How come this show never caught on in popularity like Pokemon? There's fun characters, funny dialogue, flashy visuals, but then Lan talks.
If only I had a custom-made NetNavi like you.
Ah, it makes sense now.
Dad travels the world, having adventures, and I'm stuck going to school.
Dad travels the world having adventures, and I'm stuck going to school. What is that? Can you maybe try again? Take 2!
Snail mail, not email?
Lan's voice is kind of terrible, but it's only him. Every other character sounds fine, but I can honestly look past it. Speaking of Lan's dad, he's not around. How very Pokemon of you. But he does send his son a little something to download into his future computer, Atari Lynx. And that little something is...
Hey, rise and shine, Lan.
Who are you?
I'm Mega Man. Nice to meet you.
Awesome! I'm sure Lan is super appreciative of the gift.
You're not what I had in mind at all. I was expecting a NetNavi with a bigger body, a really strong warrior.
Wow, how about you get nothing next time, you ungrateful puke? But before we have time to worry, disaster strikes. The oven is on fire, and apparently impossible to put out. This must be a virus, so Lan plugs in his device, which is called a PET, and transports Mega Man in to solve the problem. And yeah, turns out the oven was overrun with viruses to take it over and cause this fire. Mega Man, of course, blasts all of them into oblivion, while we get a little look of another robot master leading the charge. Once they're defeated, everything returns to normal. I really love this aspect of the show. The idea that we as a society have advanced so much with our technology that it's helped improve our lives as well as making entertainment more interesting. But there are those out there who wish to cause harm through this technology that we've all essentially become so dependent on.
Looks like more fires are broken out.
Weird how ovens are catching on fire all over town.
Also, later in the same episode, Mail, yeah, remember her oven catches on fire due to the same viruses attacking her oven internet. So Dr. Wily's big evil scheme for this episode was to hack ovens. brilliant. Honestly though, I highly recommend you all check out Mega Man NT Warrior. It has over 50 episodes with a mini spin-off series. If you like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! With its young protagonists making friends with everyone, going on adventures with their fantasy fighting partners with collectibles in order to make them more powerful, then you'll definitely like this.
Hey, come on, I didn't take on old Smoke-a-Choke all by myself. You came up with all the moves.
Every episode is a perfect balance of action, dialogue, and that Saturday morning cheesiness.
A fish?
You look as surprised as a gopher in a stampede.
Up next is Mega Man Star Force.
But to be honest, I don't particularly like them because they keep forcing me to go to school.
Now this Mega Man series is a little more, well,
Did you find anything?
A child, sir.
You found a child?
boring.
Whoa! My arm's a weapon!
Stop talking and shoot already.
Okay, maybe boring is too harsh of a word, but the series' tone is a little more serious, I guess.
You're the son of Kelvin Stellar.
Wait, but how did... Omegasis, you knew my father?
I did, and you have the same frequency.
Mega Man Star Force is based off of the game with the same name. The game was very dialogue heavy and also took place in a similar futuristic setting. It aired in 2006, very shortly after Mega Man NT Warrior came to an end. Star Force's plot is fairly similar to NT Warrior. The world is set in a futuristic setting. This time it's 2020X. The world is so technologically advanced with everything connected together via some kind of internet. And there are evildoers out there that wish to cause harm and take over the world, you know.
So I use the card like this? What?
However, this anime takes itself a little more seriously. I mean, as serious as Mega Man talking to a dragon's head with a deep voice can be.
Now go fight, Geo.
You can't just say that and expect me to...
Gone are the wacky kids, the funny dialogue, and lighthearted feel. Mega Man, or Geo as he's known in this show, pretty much plays the role of a cop, going out on the streets to fight low-life scum. Also, just like Lan, his father is also missing.
Omegasis, you gotta tell me, what happened on my father's space station? Is my father alive? Tell me what you know, Omegasis!
Again, the tone and feel is just a little off in my opinion. This is probably the first occasion where a video game to animated series isn't bad, just boring. I found myself spacing off quite a bit when watching this due to all of the future technology mumbo-jumbo talk.
The people of Planet FM are dangerous. The planet also makes electromagnetic wave viruses which wreak havoc in the EM wave world.
Again, I wouldn't say Mega Man Star Force is bad by any means. The action scenes are really entertaining, and I did find some moments to be fairly engaging.
Yeah, but Omegasis, I don't...
I want to see this place called school. Take me there.
Mega Man Star Force is honestly just okay. It isn't terrible, but it's not the best thing out there. With all the drama and dialogue, I'd often forget that this was an anime taking place in the Mega Man universe. And more often than not, I felt like I was just watching some generic sci-fi anime.
You've been converted into a living EM wave and you're traveling the wave world. You can circle the planet in seconds.
EM wave viruses!
Alrighty, we got one more show to check out, and this one's a little more obscure. Released all the way back in 1993, we have Mega Man Upon a Star. Oh man, this theme is pure hype! Mega Man Upon a Star, or as it was known in Japan, Rockman Hoshi ni Negayo, was a 3-episode OVA series chronicling the life and adventures of Mega Man.
I need an energy can. Oh yeah, Mega Man needs to eat the energy cans for power.
Now let me level with you. I absolutely adore this anime. It's everything I want in a Mega Man TV show. We follow this young boy named Yuta. He's your typical kid who loves playing Nintendo, especially Mega Man.
Our mom's gonna get mad. I told you, just a little bit longer.
This kid is honestly just so relatable, and I feel represents every kid who loves video games, using their no, one more level, I promise, excuse.
Oh, Mom, I'm almost there. After this, I can go to Dr. Wily's level.
Yuta, now listen to me.
I like how the anime is fairly grounded in the real world, with Mega Man actually just being nothing more than a video game series. After Yuta passes out, we cut to inside the TV, where Mega Man and Dr. Wily are arguing.
Mega Man, you've destroyed all my robots! That makes me very angry!
So, this world pretty much follows Toy Story rules, as in once the owner falls asleep or is away, the fictional characters come to life and become sentient. Through some video game cartoon logic, Dr. Wily manages to escape the game and comes into the real world, and proceeds to do this. And that's it! The show ends! Dr. Wily dies. Okay, not really. Mega Man and Rush eventually leave the game as well, and we get to see every kid's dream as Yuta befriends Mega Man.
It's Mega Man! It's Mega Man and Rush is here too! Akane, can you see them too? I was afraid of this.
I couldn't tell you how many times I wish I could have hung out with a video game character when I was younger. The OVA strength really is in its short runtime. 3 episodes that clock in a total of an hour and a half really makes this feel more like a movie. Yuta is a really likable main protagonist. He's a kind-hearted kid with good intentions. He feels like it's his responsibility that Dr. Wily escaped, and wants to help Mega Man defeat the evil. While it is fun to watch Yuta, this everyday normal boy, becoming a hero, the real fun lies with Mega Man. The fight scenes are of course really fun, but it's also really funny to see Mega Man interact with the real world and try to get accustomed to our lifestyles, which I always find to be hilarious.
Look, they're wearing kimonos. Hi. This is a lake? Nice. There are tons of lakes, rivers, and huge mountains in Japan.
怎么赢呢？
Overall, I really recommend the show. I love how innocent and wholesome it is. The past 2 Mega Man animes we checked out all had that edgy, futuristic action feel to it. And while they are nice, I can't help but smile and prefer these normal kids who get to live their normal life with a video game character. Its art style is also more welcoming in my opinion. I don't know, it just feels warm and happy, if that makes sense.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Do you need something, my friend?
That's why I called you.
I suspect you need energy cans. But there are many energy cans and energy weapons. What'll it be, huh? Which ones do you want?
All of them!
All of them?
So, those were Mega Man's anime series. I honestly do recommend every single one of them. If you want my personal preference, I'd say start with the Upon a Star OVA. Then check out NT Warrior, and finally, Star Force. With these 3 shows combined, there's a lot of episodes for you to catch up on. So I'll see you after a few days of binge watching. I have faith in you. You can do it.